Well, we've been waiting to get this man here on the home of the Panthers. We have Panthers offensive coordinator Thomas Brown joining us. First off, you're a man that's all about your business. Last week going into the game, there's a lot of fanfare. You're making your debut as a play caller. We got Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. We got the Hall of Honor honorees. Is it good to have this one behind you now?
Well, I think just having an opportunity to take it one day at a time is always my approach. I know it's kind of a coaching cliche, but that's how our brains are wired. To have an opportunity to kind of just, still kind of stack improvements and continue to improve ourselves week in and week out is our overall goal, but one at a time.
Frank Wright called that drive, the game-winning drive, the perfect drive. Just take us through, just put us in your headset. What is your mindset going in? What are you telling Bryce ahead of that drive? And just take me play by play, your point of view of that whole
Yeah, so I knew we were going to kind of want to be in no huddle so for a couple of different reasons. One, to stay in attack mode, but also control the clock, kind of wear out as much time as possible. If I wanted to, ideally try to end the game with the ball in our hands, not put the defense back on the grass. But the great thing about having Bryce is, he's calm, cool, collected all the time, so there's not much communication needed for him because he's always ready to go. And the thought process was to be able to find completion plays, so spread the defense out. We mixed in some runs toward the end of it to kind of put us in a good spot field goal-wise to end up kicking the game with Eddie.
You mentioned Bryce. I want to go back to before the Seattle game. Obviously, he ended up not playing, but what really caught my attention that week was your confidence in him. You said that you would feel confident putting him out there even without practicing. What is it about him and the relationship you guys have built over time that gives you that confidence?
Well, it's kind of what we've seen from day one, just the preparation process. I know I've told this story a couple of times, but going through the evaluation part of these quarterbacks in the off season, we kind of travel around, go and have dinner with them, meet with them before the pro days, and ask him about his overall process and approach to how he gets ready for a game. And it was, I mentioned this before, all the quarterbacks had some phenomenal answers, but he's almost 20 minutes into a question that I'm asking him, and it's like this Tuesday morning. So as far as his film study, how he processes the game, gives us great confidence with him moving forward.
After the game, you guys get the win, you get the game ball. Just take me through that experience and just what that was like for you and what that moment was like for you.
Well, so my normal process is after the game, win, lose, or draw, I'm always outside the locker room to kind of greet all the coaches, all the players coming into it. So I'm one of the last guys coming in, so I'm kind of behind Frank. And so he's talking about giving a game ball out. I have no idea he's talking about me at all. I don't expect a game ball. It's the first thing from my mind as far as I'm just waiting for the player's name to be called. So when he called my name, I was kind of caught off guard. He obviously got emotional, and we've had a great relationship kind of building every day. And he talks about the times of us having some healthy tension, which is good for us to be able to grow together. But again, first and foremost, for him to give me the opportunity outside of his network or circle to give me a chance to be the coordinator here. Then also handing over the keys to the ship as far as being a coordinator was huge. And so I was very humbled by the opportunity, but also motivated moving forward.
And you get that opportunity, you're just one of 3 black offensive coordinators right now in the entire NFL, just to be able to set an example and maybe be an inspiration to the younger generation of coaches. Like, hey, I want to eventually be like Thomas Brown. How much weight does that put on your shoulders? What's that kind of like for you as far as a motivating factor?
A lot of weight, a lot of motivation. I would say throughout my entire career, I kind of always searched out and looked for mentors who, when I was, first getting into coaching, I'm 23 years old at the University of Georgia in the weight room, and didn't always have a true kind of mentor to call. So as I kind of developed myself from a career standpoint, I always want to make myself available to try to help and inspire the next generation. But like you mentioned, there's no secret about me understanding I'm only one of 3 in this league, so I understand the responsibility I have as far as how I conduct myself, carry myself, but also having success to open up doors for others behind me.
And when you look at this offense over time, it seems like you guys are getting better and better playing turnover-free football. What are some of the main things that you guys are looking to sharpen up now as you guys move forward to the back half of the season?
Just the overall mentality. I believe in physicality. This game is a physical sport. People oftentimes call it a contact sport, which is not. It's a violent game. So it rewards those who play it violently. So getting back to that mentality, but as you mentioned before, a mistake-free football, so being on the same page, taking great care of the football, minimizing mistakes, and I was doing a really good job of executing to put the ball in the hands of our playmakers.